So for Elliot, A Soldier's Fugue, one thing that it was definitely interesting how the different narrators, or sometimes they narrated themselves or different characters, which I'll explain later, but it was definitely difficult for me to keep up with, and I had to keep on going back. Two values or perspectives from this play that I got was definitely they're related to each other, traditions and family. Definitely traditions, like as in like the father, the grandfather, the father, and his son being in the military or going to war, and him even stating that his father didn't want him to go and he still like enlisted anyways because he wanted to do what his father did. Two word like I did it wasn't that I found words difficult, it was just more like keeping up with certain things and who was speaking. I found out that Turkey is a city that is in Iraq, and then also as tourniquet, and it's a device used for stopping the flow of blood in the vein or an artery. Um, those are all that I really found difficult. For the fourth question, use specific examples from the text to discuss the depiction of an American soldier in the play, and how does it reaffirm and challenge the ideas of America and the American soldier. Well, definitely this play was more about like there was two parts, like set in the seventh prelude and in the 11th prelude. It was when they were speaking, like when Elliot was speaking with the producer, with a producer voice, and then also when Elliot speaking with a radio voice or speaking to somebody, and basically the questions that were being asked of him were like about his family and them being in the war and like joining the military, as well as him being a Marine, what he saw out there while he was being a Marine. When a lot of people think about a soldier, especially being in Korea, Iraq, Vietnam, they think of like all the gory stuff that happened in the the violence that happened there. So people want to know about like stories, like what was it like, was it actually what people expected to be, was it actually like what happened there. For the fifth question, how does the play's title Soldier's Fuse put the play's title Soldier's Fuse into context? What is a fugue and how does it relate to the play? Basically a fugue is like when you're playing somebody that's not yourself, as well as just I realized that some of the characters narrate themselves, their own actions, as well as narrate other actions, as well as with different like letters that were written that were not written by themselves. That like when Elliot wrote, like was reading his father's letters, and when his father and his grandfather were reading each other's letters together, it was kind of just like putting it all together. And like what was the playwright's intention with this play? I think definitely she was trying to, or they were trying to get at just showing the depiction of what it was like in those three different areas, like what it was like being in Vietnam, Korea. Like they, even though they had different experiences, they still went through the same exact thing.